Welcome to the channel, man. We locked in, man. Appreciate everybody that's been tuned in. Appreciate everybody that's been getting the album though, as well. I think I forgot where I left off at. But I was going into a story somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit about the beginning, whereas the first 6 months of me, first 6 months of me being incarcerated, what I actually went through. So I was going through that. I think I was breaking that down the last time. What's happening, bro? OPP, what's happening, man? How you feeling, homie? How you feeling? G'd up Quinn, what's happening with you? How you feeling? It's crazy. A lot of I was explaining a lot of stuff that I was going through when I first got arrested, but I didn't even say anything about just from the beginning part. You know what I'm saying, and where I came from. Salute. And those that know, of course, from Queens, Jamaica, Queens. Used to be on Farmers, Murdoch, and Hollis. You know what I'm saying? I used to be on Hollis too a little bit, but mainly Farmers and Murdoch. I used to be on. So I used to be on 198 Murdoch, O'Connell Park. And on Farmers, of course, everybody knows I used to be on Farmers in the Rock, 109 in the Rock. That's why I kind of where I came up at. I used to live in Colfax, Hollis and Colfax. I stayed over there for a while, so I was going to this junior high school, 192, when I was staying with my other grandmother, which was a good, it was a very good situation. My grandfather, my grandmother had adopted 3 other kids. My uncles had stayed there as well, and it was very prestigious. I felt if I would have actually stayed there, what would have happened in my past, in my life, if I was going to prison as far as concerned, I wouldn't have probably went to prison. I went to school with mad Queens people. Yeah. What school you went to? What school was that? But this was like junior high, so junior high in the 90s was wild. You know what I'm saying? That shit was wild as shit. You had individuals that was already getting into hustling. I had just started to with my cousins, so I would leave and be hanging out with them on the block where they used to hustle at. And eventually, I would go after school, take packages here and there just to make some money. Until one day I had ran away from my home when I was young. Yeah, school was crazy, but that shit was hard. That shit was hard. You come out to school, you got mad different crews. Used to be lined up like outside the schools and shit, posted up on their little sections and shit. It was crazy. But it wasn't an experience because it wasn't all bad. I know a lot of times sometimes people paint these pictures and shit like a thing, but it wasn't all bad, man. You had a lot of progressive kids, man, a lot of smart kids, man, a lot of people who's building and moving forward with their life, which was a good thing. Because a lot of times we paint the pictures of people being bad, and that wasn't what was going on all the time. You know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't what was going on all the time. It was rough, but you still had it because back then, kids used to be outside. Kids used to be outside more, man, which was a good thing. But how I actually came, man, I remember I told you I went to Muslim school for like almost 2 years. Went to Muslim school, going to martial arts. I was in private school for a second when I was with my pops. But I tell you, he couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't really afford having me and my brother go to the school. So I ended up going back to my grandmother again, staying with her. And that meant right back to public school, right back to the nonsense. And I always, it's funny because you look back, man, at certain things, like I wasn't no real bad kid, and I always was a super smart kid, and I believe that was one of the issues. That was one of the issues. He said Southside, Laurelton, Hollis, St. Albans, Zadie'ville, a lot of great friends, being honest, from Brooklyn, and they was getting money. Nah, that's crazy. Shit, those the areas, and I met some people in Brooklyn though, from me going to this program called Cases. Like if you was a kid, you used to get in trouble. They used to send you to this Cases program. You used to have to go into like downtown Memphis Court, this courthouse in Manhattan. And you used to meet up with all these other bad young kids from around there. But what really had got me is, I told you I was a smart kid, and that was one of the things. Like, I'll finish my working class, do all of that, and then I'll start, getting mischievous, messing with the girls, talking, playing. You know what I'm saying? After I done did all the work, because I was bored. Eventually, it just led to me like going in the hallways, cutting certain classes, and then going to cutting parties. And even though I still was doing that while I was staying on Hollis, though, I still had a sense of respect and integrity for my grandpa, though. I mean, it was always like, I gotta make sure I'm in the house by this time. I mean, even if I was hustling, it was always that level of respect that was there. Until, like I said, like I had ran away from home. When I ran away from home, I had started hustling crazy, and I ended up going back home. But when I came back home, I had got arrested at school for something that I didn't do. It was like me and my cousin and another friend of mine. We got arrested at the school for something we didn't do. It was a fire. Some kids was inside, and somebody set fire to the fire, like to a lunch table or some shit like that. And we was in the back of the school. Trying to get some people to come out with us. So mainly just trying to get some girls to come out with us and shit, to go cut. I mean, to come to one of the cribs, go cut, whatever. So when the police pulled up, they seen us outside, and they gave chase. They started chasing after us. My grandmother used to live in Springfield Gardens. I had cousins and stuff that lived in Springfield Gardens, though. So the police started chasing us. So when they chased up, we ended up getting caught. They arrested us, and from that point on, it was like when things kind of went downhill. My grandmother told the precinct, or called the cops when they called her, that she didn't want me. She was like, "Yo, I can keep him. Oh, I can keep him." So just imagine like that feeling to a kid, man. Their grandma was like she my everything, bro. And she, telling them that, "I can keep him." I understand, she was getting old, and she didn't really want to handle, me, because I kept getting in trouble. When I was getting in trouble in school, fights, then I ran away, then, you know what I mean? And I understand she didn't want to handle that, but she had told the precinct to keep me. And, which was, actually was madness though, bro. Madness is just a kid going through that, and just how young kids actually grow up. And the thing, but what ended up happening is it just pushed me more and more to the streets. Young age, I was like 13. Like 13, because I already was started hustling a little bit. But now it's like that age, you know what I'm saying? You kicked out, like I'm all the way in. You know what I mean? I go stay with my other grandmother. So when I go stay with them, that's like Uncle Joe, Uncle Joab, Bimmy, Pop. They used to be all over there, you know what I'm saying? My mom's, Little Joe, so I go to that house, and then the majority of people in that house is in the game. You know what I'm saying? It was in the streets. So I come from a decent household, man, a square household, right then to now I'm in this household, with a bunch of hustlers and stuff like that. And my mom was already, like I said, I already had started hustling, so my mind already was like leaning towards that particular lifestyle. And it's just like, nigga, from the fire into the fire pan. Or from the fire into the fire pan, bro. Serious. The fire into the fire pan. But it's crazy just reflecting back, man, on what a lot of these young individuals go through. Just in their childhood, the childhood traumas. rejection, not being noticed, not being paid attention to, not being shown love. So a lot of times that happens with these young individuals, man. They don't know how to express it. So it tends to come out. It tends to come out in a negative way. And that's like, I don't know what happened to me being so young. Being so young and put into a situation where you got to fend for yourself and be on your own. And then a year after that, it's crazy because a year after that, my aunt put me out my grandma's house. Like, you ain't gonna be doing this to my mama, you ain't gonna be driving up. My grandma didn't say nothing. One of my aunts put me out. So this was at 14. So now it's like, just imagine when you're going through particular things now, you're kicked out, or one grandmother kicked out on another grandmother, and it's like, nigga, that 14 years old. 14 years old. So you know what that turn an individual into, man. Motherfucker really start wilding. Cause you like, your grandmother kick you out here, your other grandmother kick you out. You motherfucker ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm staying at a friend's house. My cousin had a crib where his grandmother, like, she was real old. And they had like a nurse coming in taking care of her. So it wasn't really nobody else in that house. It's the nurse to come take care of her. And he used to stay there. Sometimes he used to stay there. So I wanted to go stay over there. So it was basically like, nigga, at 14, we in the crib, baby, this is our crib. We did whatever we wanted. But she was real old and like in the front room. And they had like an attendant coming to take care of everything. So she ain't moving around. She ain't doing nothing. She was bedridden. So, you give a kid like that, I'm saying, that type of freedom at 14, bro. Like, I was gone. I was gone, bro. Oh, I was like hustling a mile a minute. Bro. Mile a minute, man. Start like selling crack, then start selling dope. This shit was just crazy, bro. The things that motherfuckers was getting into at that age. Like now looking back at it, like being so young, caught up in the street, shit. Then like after a while, like I'm hustling. I'm saying, I'm making moves. Like I said, I'm selling crack. I started selling dope. I'm going on this side of town. I used to be on like 121 in Sufton, 142 in Foch. Like, nigga, I'm going over there to hustle. Then open up a little back block in Murdoch where I was hustling at. So, nigga, I was on it. Bro. Started hustling a little bit at Henderson, put work out there. At one time, I gave some chicks, some broads, some young chicks, some work to hustle for me. Like, I was just gone, man. Just gone. But I was just saying, if y'all actually understood, actually good to under upbringing, man, when a young kid is going through that, man, and he's trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what's going on with himself. But nigga, at 14 years old, you being put out in the streets and you hustling and you dealing with whatever. And nigga, I was like, I just went all the way in. QGTM, bro. Nigga just went all the way in, bro. Nigga, by the time like 15 hit, you told me I get kicked out at 14. By the time 15 hit, nigga, I'm already elevated. Nigga, already like, nigga, giving other people packages and shit. Deep Bomb started going out of town. I actually started going to North Carolina to hustle. Reaching that particular thing. It's funny because I was thinking at that age, I wanted to leave. I wanted to get out of New York. And I already 15 thinking like that. I gotta get out of New York. I went out there tasting some of that money. You know what? I gotta get out of New York, bro. I gotta get out of New York. Go down there, get a crib, and motherfucker started stacking his bread to do it. But things went wrong. Just like so many times, we try to see if we can figure shit out. Things went wrong and shit, and down there for one of the times when I had to come back to New York. So when I came back to New York, got mad. That's where everything just went down here. Came back to New York, got into some beef. Nigga got robbed. I got robbed. Had to put some work in a couple times. I had to put some work in. It was just it's ongoing. And then I end up getting shot. Pimp Ish was good, bro. Then I end up once that happened, like coming back to New York and so and I was rounding up, getting ready to go back out of town, and I end up getting shot. And that was it after that. Once I got shot, like they had an old warrant out for my arrest. Found drugs and I ended up going to prison. So that's what I was telling y'all before when we was vibing, like the first 6 months me going to prison. That shit was horrendous. You know what I mean? That shit was horrendous, bro. Horrendous. Not fully recovered. Not fully recovered from being shot. First time going to the 4 building, they put me in population. I'm not healthy. Got into a couple fights being like that. Like I said, I was just telling somebody that shit went blind on 2 different occasions from getting into stuff, fighting, then being shipped up north. In the mix of all of that, after being shipped up north, going through I went through up north, whatever, and then coming back down, probably like I think like 2 months later, 2-3 months later, come right back down from up north. Like the first jail I went to was Lakeview. I went to Lakeview Shop. My grandmother, she lived in Springfield Garden. Salute. Hello, lady. I'm from California. What's happening, man? Cali dope. How you feeling? But it's just, really understanding the dynamics of shit. And we get caught up in this particular lifestyle, man, and not realizing where things stem from, not knowing how to get out of it. And in my mind, I was always looking, taught certain things by elders, like we get into stuff, but we get into stuff to better our situation. You know what I'm saying? We hustle, we grind, we sacrifice, we do all of that shit to better our situation, to make things better for ourselves and our family. And sometimes we get so far gone in it that we forget, we actually forget that. Check it out. Look. Yo, did you get the album? Yo, Pimp Ish, did you check the album? Carrie Piazza, did you get the album? The album is out. Did you get the album? Alright, just dropped the album. Hey, make sure y'all download it, stream it, do all that, man. I just dropped the album. So please go look that up. It's the trial of Kevin Ford, Caricatures of Pain. Got it? What you think about it? Tell me, man. Talk to me. What you think about it. What you think about it? What you think about it, man? And a lot of times, these situations, man, having that, like going through there at 16 and going and having 25 years and going through that particular sentence, and then getting involved in gang banging and in gang culture, I always look to take the best out of everything, right? Yeah. Like I say, man, it's just learning that, and it showed me a lot about people, a lot about culture, a lot about just building in general when you're working with different minds and different individuals. Because one of the things I see, man, is like being a part of something organized. It helps give you discipline. Because now when you have that, there's a form of accountability. And a lot of times that's the problem now. There really be no accountability. There be no accountability for a lot of motherfuckers' actions, bro. I mean, dudes just feel like they on their own. They can do what they want. F everybody is just you, da-da-da. They can say and do what they want. Hurt people, talk about people, whatever. And there'd be no consequences. Carrie Piazza. I like that. Say that. Nah, it is. Thank you. I know it's a lot. But it's just understand the thing. What I want to do one day is go through it and really discuss and break down the whole album. You know what I'm saying? Really break down the whole album. Show you where everything came from as far as the transition of it. The sequence of it. The type of condition I was in mentally when I wrote them. And also what it actually signifies. Because if you look at the, I think I just told the brother, you look at the You look at the names of every song. The names of every song actually spells out a poem. It's actually another poem. It's actually another poem. Which is dope. Which is dope. But it's just realizing that, man, and seeing man, when an individual do 25 years in prison and actually has to grow up, the main thing is growing up. The main thing is, will that person grow up? And a lot of times you see so many individuals, man, that go through that situation and they growth be stunted. You know? And it's sad, man. And it's sad they still be stuck in that particular jail mentality, or a thing where they're not progressive, where it's just trying to chase something fast, not really building, not being responsible. You know what I mean? Not being responsible and just actually building. Those is in the chat, man. I don't really like going on too long, man. What y'all got going on, man? What y'all got going on? Any questions y'all got? Like any questions that y'all got, man, we'd love to answer. I ain't got no problem answering them. Let me any vibe, the topic that y'all may want to build on. I don't have no question going into. So, like I said, any questions y'all got, man, on anything, on anything, you can answer it. Or do my best to. You know, those that's coming in here, make sure y'all hit that like thing. Make sure y'all share though. Make sure y'all subscribe though to the channel. So I'm being here, motherfucker, gonna be in here vibing. We're in here vibing. Promoting the album, of course, because it's thought provoking, man, and it brings light to a situation where those that's incarcerated, not even those that's incarcerated, but mainly those that's incarcerated, man, when you got so many damn feelings, right? And you got so, like, you got, so much shit to be accountable for, and you look at ways of dealing with it. Because a lot of times dudes will be glorifying shit. Dudes won't tell you the real. Dudes won't show you how they was feeling when they girl ain't mail them no letter. You know what I'm saying? When they was expecting a visit, ain't getting no visit. Shorty, you find out shorty like not keeping it real when you want to do better, but then you got a situation to get into, so you got to put in work, even if you don't want to. You have to. These particular things hurt. Or you going in that thing and that damn cell bar bang behind you. You know what I'm saying? You walk in, now you hear that thing, that shit, man. That should do something to you, bro. It do. And even the psychological pressure is like, you got the mailman that come walk right past your cell, pass mail to the next guy, or the guy over you, and you don't get nothing. So it's all these little mental tricks, though. Even the racism that's like blatant racism in your face. Crazy, man. The dudes acting tough for no reason. It just be a lot, man. It just be a lot, man. Okay, Piazza. What's crazy is I'm really not into rap all that much, but something about you doing what you do is great. I love it. Carrie, thank you so much. It's crazy because it's not really rap. It's more poetry than anything. The album is more poetry than anything, but it's so heartfelt, and that's what I would say is like it's so heartfelt and thought provoking that individuals is like, yo, bro, I don't even listen to poetry, I don't even listen to that, but listening to that just made me think and reflect, because it really, really gives you an inside look, you know what I'm saying, on what's going on in a person's soul. And a lot of times people don't really know how to express that. people don't. People don't know how to express that. You don't. You don't. I encourage everybody, man, if y'all ain't get that album yet, make sure y'all get that album, man. Kevin Ford, The Trial of Kevin Ford, Caricatures of Pain. Make sure you go get that, man. Make sure y'all get that. Make sure y'all get that. But even going through that, and I'm saying going through that so young, and experiencing that, and still having the wherewithal to elevate and evolve and keep pushing forward. That was one of the things I told people, man, about finding freedom. I told them I found freedom when I was in prison. So it's like, nigga, how the hell did you find freedom in prison? And it's like through the realization that it can't stop me from becoming a better individual. It can't stop me from sharpening my mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that, you know what I'm saying, love to like part and share with people, because even though like you have people that's in society now and they be lost, right? It's like, nigga, you don't have to be. You have every opportunity to continue to grow. Like, nothing stops you from moving forward. Nothing stops you from elevating. My brother was in prison, actually. Two of my brothers were in prison, both on different charges. I went and visited a little brother. I'll never go to prison again. I'll tell you that much. Listen, I understand you say that. You said you never go in prison again, but like how much that means, like seriously, like how much that means to an individual, all right? Little kids out here wilding. But it's just understanding that dynamic. Like, you have to, like, showing them love. Sometimes that be the only thing that they got. Sometimes a person in prison, that be the only thing that they have. You know what I'm saying? Is the ability, you know, to be able to see someone. That be like an escape for them. Or that be like an escape for them. You know what I'm saying? When they get an actual visit. You know, visit, letter, phone call. Those be like minor escapes from the madness that be going on in there. Because a lot of people don't be wanting to handle it. They don't be wanting to deal with it. They could be rushing to get the phone. Why the phone is such a precious thing in there? Facts. I've never been, but I never missed a phone call or a letter. Yeah, like nigga, that be everything. Cause you don't know, like that. Those are like small blows, right? Say you in your cell and they come by with the mail. And you see guys getting mail and they just walk right past you, right? Nigga, that shit hurt. Every time that shit hurt. Oh, it just hurt. But now we're just figuring out ways to actually cope with it. And some individuals lose themselves to the conditions that they in. You know, some become like super workout fiends. Some get caught into the whole prison lifestyle. You know, wanting to be like the man. You know, everything that's moving in there, whether it be drugs, alcohol, you know, the latest gossip. Some dudes lose themselves in a law library, whereas that's where they at every day. That's their program. They try to stay away from individuals. Some be in a regular library, going to get books all the time and sitting. Some do church, and they'll lose themselves in the church or the masjid. What I always figured is that I didn't want nothing with me personally. I didn't want no crutch. I didn't want nothing to whereas if it was removed from me, I would lose myself, because a lot of times that would happen to individuals. They become addicted to the very thing that, you know, that they're using as an escape. Oh. They become victims of everything that they're using to escape, bro. And I promised myself, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna do that. not gonna do that at all. But it's just when you realize hold on, I done turned the thing around. When you see yourself, man, in those particular conditions, right? It's like yo, man, I gotta be better. I gotta be better, regardless of what, and not letting it become a crutch for you, because I've seen individuals they take a program or lose their programs, and what ends up happening is they lose themselves. They lose themselves behind that. But I gotta go. I got a meeting with a queen, y'all. So
Hi, Kevin.
what's that?
I can't hug you right now because I just took out the trash, but
That's all right.
I love you.
I love you too, man. That's all right. Well, listen, I'll be back on here, man. I got a meeting till 10. That's what I was driving to. And just wanted to tap in with y'all. Love y'all. If y'all did not get that album, make sure y'all go get it, man. Caricatures of Pain, The Trial of Kevin Ford. Make sure y'all go listen to that, man. Very thought-provoking. It's gonna make you challenge yourself. It's gonna make you question yourself. It's gonna make you look at, look at things a little different. Or it's gonna make you look at things a little different. I mean, and if you got loved ones, anyone that's in there, doing that, make sure you show them some love. They need it. Bro, they need it. They need it. You might be the very person that can help change them and change their perspective. You know, but like yeah.